And I'm looking at this fight, and they built, Kamaru Usman up, and I want to give Kamaru Usman such credit that, he was, they're trying to talk to me. He goes, pound for pound, there is no pound for pound. And he's right. But the UFC builds that up because it helps them promote, and I don't blame them for building it up. And they build up, we talk about all the time, the word legend, greatest of all time, GOAT, it's all said way too much. It's overused, but they use it to sell. And I'm watching as Leon Edwards climbs over the cage, and I look at Dana, and Dana's, ecstatic and reaching out, and I'm going, yep, he's a winner, and you're a winner too, because you don't care. No. This only leads to another match, a trilogy fight, more money. You won. Way to go, dude. And I looked at it, and we said Leon Edwards has a good chance in this fight. Doesn't mean that he was the favorite. He definitely wasn't the favorite. But even on our, weighing in on the odds, we both picked, hey, I would take Leon Edwards in this fight because he does have a chance of winning this fight. As the fight went on, first round, he looked great. He takes Kamaru Usman down. There was a guy named Josh Thompson that said, don't be surprised if Leon Edwards tries to take Kamaru Usman down. He does. He falls right into mount. He gets the back. Kamaru does a great job of defending the entire time. And I think it kind of, woke Kamaru up a little bit, because one of the things we talk about is you've had that fight against him and you know what you want to do. And it's hard to get up for every fight. It's hard to be the guy that everyone's always shooting at, where he has that target and you've got a target on you, and it's tough to put the target back on him. Yeah, you do it as the fight starts to go, but it kind of woke him up. He comes back. He just starts doing exactly what he needed to do to win the fight. He was taking Edwards down almost at will near the end. And then, man, the fifth round, I was texting you and I was telling you, he cannot give ground. He must hold his ground or move Usman backwards. He's got to move Usman backwards. It's the only, as soon as he started moving him backwards, look at what happens. And that was a setup kick. He did that. There was nothing that people are going to say, oh, lucky. That was not lucky. That was all set up. It was a beautifully orchestrated, left high kick, and he hit it well. We just talked. Who did we talk about just recently? Remember. I was going over about doing the same thing. And I said, you're seeing more and more guys take, and normally we'll talk, and in training, we'll throw a right hand, left high kick. We'll throw a left hand, right high kick, because it's the way your body transitions through. And more guys are now starting to take and feint out with their lead hand, halfway throw just to cover or to parry just a little bit and throw the same side kick. And you're getting guys dipping. And I do think you watched him, he's hitting the knee and he's hitting the leg with those low kicks. He was just getting a pattern where Kamaru was getting used to it and starting to take his hand and just sweep it away. And you see it starts to sweep away, and you see his hands starting to move in that fashion. And he brought it up high and well placed, big power. And this is the whole thing. Anybody can go out. You get hit in the right spot, you're going to go out. No one's chin is unbreakable.
John, there's one MVP in this fight. Just one. Leon Edwards' fucking corner.
Oh,
if
dude.
You don't have a corner like that, you got the wrong corner. We have seen too many times where we've seen fighters' corners say, oh, it's close, but I think we got it. Or, you won that round. It was close. Yeah. No. You fucking lost that round.
Rocky, what are you doing?
Get your shit and let's go. Yep. You waited how many fights and how many years to get back at this guy, and not just get back.
You ain't going to get back if you
lose
this.
Now you're in an even bigger scenario and situation. He was trying to get under his skin after round 2, and he couldn't do it. He just kept plugging away, kept getting after him. And eventually in the 5th round, I think Leon realized, shit, this is already the end of the fight.
It's end.
And it happens that fast, everyone. It happens so fast. You're in there. And it doesn't matter if it's a barn burner of a fight, like with the Rockhold and Costa fight. It could be a barn burner of a fight, and you could be exhausted. But realistically, at any moment with any type of getting rocked or any type of excitement that goes on, hitting you with a good shot, all of a sudden it rejuvenates you and that adrenaline rush comes back again and you can get that finish. Leon had a little extra left in the tank, and I want to give credit where credit's due. The MVP of this whole thing was really his coaches in his corner. His brother Fabian, who was yelling and screaming from the side. His coach was yelling and screaming from the side in his face between rounds. Wake the fuck up.
Yep.
This is your chance. You need corners. You need people like that to let you know the reality is your title shot is about to slip away in 5 minutes.
You're letting it go.
You're letting it go. And I'm going to toot my own horn because you tooted it for me a little bit, and I want to just pass. I went through every fucking comment on our show last week, and I said, hey, this didn't age well. Leon Edwards took him down. Everyone said, there's no fucking way he's taking him down. There's no way. Have you even watched the fucking sport? And I said, hey, did this fucking age well for you? And I just put a smiley face and a wink of an eye. I thought it was great. Guys, I'm just giving you guys a hard time. I give 2 shits. I have no skin in the game on who wins this fight. I love both fighters. We're going to see a third fight.
Yep.
We're probably going to see an automatic rematch. Because if anyone deserves one, it's Kamaru Usman deserves
This is what we talk about. Yep. Here's the scenario. Yes, he deserves an automatic rematch.
Absolutely. Not to mention he was trying to beat or tie Anderson's record.
But
yes,
he does need to take some time.
Yep.
Man, it should not happen here until the summer of 2023.
Oh, that far. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was thinking I guess we were about the same. I was thinking like probably March or April.
If you're thinking about it, he should be taking at least 3 months off.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can do little things, but no real fucking sparring or anything like that. Not getting knocked out the way he did. And so you're talking September, October, November, December, close to start your training. Now going to January, February, March. Okay, April.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking March or April.
Yeah, March or April. March or April, I'm good with.
Yeah. Yeah, I think March or April. But look, overall, let's talk about the performance, though.
And hold on, one thing, because you were talking about his corner, and I know Dean Thomas got kind of blasted for what he said.
What are you talking
about? He was right.
He was fucking exactly right.
I say, as soon as anyone can say, oh, you said that he was, he has given up and everything. I saw people fucking put stuff. It's like, Dean Thomas was absolutely right in what he said about Leon Edwards is, he's not paying attention to his coaches. He's looking down. All of those things. Look, those are all the things that I always looked for. You would see a fighter who was intent on being good in the fight, active in the fight. Their eyes go to their coaches. And there was the moment where he said it, but if there was one thing that was off, his one coach, the guy that you're talking about, who was, yelling at him the most, he did grab him and shake him. He shook him. And Leon turned his eyes towards him and looked at him. And that might have brought him back to that fucking thing. That's what you're talking about with his coaches. But that when he sits down, he's looking down, his other coach is talking to him, he kind of brings his eyes up, he looks back down. That's not what you want to see out of your fighter. And I think that possibly that little, shaking instance with the one guy, the bald-headed guy, I can't think of his name. He's with him in all of them, but that's part of it. Sometimes you can bring him back, but when Dean said that, I was like, his body language is saying, I just don't have it.
I've said that fighters, this happens all the time, by the way. This doesn't just happen. This happens all the time. Fighters are okay with just losing a decision. It's still an L next to your name.
Yep.
That's the thing. Like, they're okay. It's almost like a win for them. They tell themselves it's a win. That if they just get through the fight,
some type of win out of this.
Yes, my win is to not get finished.
Yes, I went the distance.
No one cares. Go to mybookie.ag. Use that promo code Wayne and they'll give you additional spending cash with your first initial deposit.
100% agree. Okay.